second girl that I know, and she's at UNZA. She's doing some course, I think journalism. And to her heart is in acting. And she told me one time that she's there doing that journalism thing because of her father, because she doesn't want to disappoint her father, because of the money that maybe the father is paying, and also because the father thinks that acting is not going to take her anywhere. So this girl is so miserable at school, she can't even really concentrate, but she told me one thing that really made me feel sad, because I imagined if I was in her boots, staying at university for 5 years and then you don't like what you're doing. So she was thinking of even dropping out. What can you advise, like a child who is going through such a thing, where their parents are so much in control that they want to rule them? They say, I want you to do this because this is not good for you and this is what is good for you.
I'll answer that in two parts.
Okay.
The first part is you feel you are in a wrong field. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a story. Once upon a time in Australia, there was a professor, one of the universities. When he was growing up, he wanted to be a chef. So he was now a professor, some 50 years, 55 years old, and he thought, well, yes, I'm getting old, but the passion to be a chef was there.
Okay.
So he decided to reskill. The word here is reskilling.
Okay.
So he started a course in chef. He graduated and he now looked for a job as a temporary chef on the ships, sailing from Australia to the other countries. So every holiday when he was off at campus, he would go and work as a chef. So to answer the first part, yes, you can reskill.
Okay.
So advise your friend to reskill. You can always pick up the odd pieces to be where you are supposed to be. I'll give you another. During the old days of ZCCM, they used to send very senior managers to Harvard University in the United States to partly be reskilled. Where you go in, they'll say, oh, you are a doctor. Please, for the first 1 week, we want you to learn human resource. You are an engineer, go and learn medicine. To go and try you into areas uncharted, very strange to you. But they want you to go through these hurdles to appreciate life. Arising from that, therefore, the second part of your question is the parental control. Yes, I earlier said, as parents, observe what the kids are doing as toddlers. Help them. But guide them on their destiny, not directing them. On the other hand, it's because of Zambia's background. Only jobs we knew was teaching, policeman, agriculture, shopkeeper, nursing, post office, civil servant. You see?
Yes.
Those were the only jobs we were exposed to.
Okay.
It's like boxed.
It's like we have been programmed
Yes,
like that.
we are boxed.
Yeah.
And what you find there is what you
Think is right.
think is right. Now, over time and with exposure, we realized, oh, even acting is a profession. Comedy is a profession. Singing is a profession. You know? So, because of exposure, we now are getting to know these things. So, the parents of today have no excuse to push careers into their children's throats. Give them a chance to choose the careers that they have passion for, that they have a gift for. So your friend can risk you.
Okay.
Yes. She's not come to the dead end. That dead end or the misery is self-imposed. She can get out of the box and do something for her own good. Yes.
Yeah. Our last interview, you mentioned you've got 4 children, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, concerning this issue we're discussing today, what can you say about their gifts? Have you allowed them to become who they are
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, we identified their gifts just when they were growing up, and we let them decide.
Okay.
Like the first one, who is now an economist, she used to work for Barclays Bank. And then one day she phoned and said, look, I've asked for early package. I want to go to school. I said, yeah, sure. Where? I said, Canada. I said, well, that's all right. So I said, okay, whatever you get from there, just take everything to school. Don't leave us with anything.
Okay.
Because she wanted to go to school. She wanted to go do what she wanted to do. And she's happy where she is in Ottawa. The other one, we saw that he wanted to work with his hands, with people, to help people.
Okay.
So he decided to be a farmer. So we encourage him.
And he's doing very well.
Yes, reasonably.
Because he
well.
loves it.
Yes, he loves it. He's able to sustain his family. His first daughter just finished grade 12 on his own.
Wow.
So The other one is more or less in my field,
Okay.
but she particularly liked working for Zesco.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So she worked for Zesco as a temporary worker for 3 years.
Okay.
Then we got her a job with Kansanshi Mine, where she was getting a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
but she was not happy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She wanted to work for Zesco.
Okay. Where she was before.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So fortunately, she was recalled and offered permanent employment, and she jumped at it,
Okay.
and she's been happy.
Yeah.
The other one, we thought of sending her to Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
but he said he was happy doing what everyone else in Kitwe is doing. He
Yeah.
said, well, go ahead,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So, as much as we would, or we guided, but we did not direct.
Okay. Yeah.
We let them make the final choice. Because in life, they say, the decisions you make in your early stages of life have a bearings
Okay.
on your later stages.
Mm.
So we wanted them to take their own decision, to own their decisions. And then, because they own it, they'll follow it through. Even where they go wrong, they are able to correct. Which is not possible in the case of your friend,
Yeah.
because it was something pushed through her throat. She's waiting for the father to go and say, oh, my daughter, you are choked. Let me help you.
But I think that's what I call true love for your children, because I think as parents I've seen it a lot of times that they want to live their lives in their children's lives, which is wrong. But according to what you have shared with us, I think true love for your children must be like that. I think you have to release them,
Yes,
understand them,
yes.
and accept that this is whom they are. Because like you said, they are all different.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've got all different passions, gifts, which we need to follow. Yeah, I understand and I agree with you. Yeah, so.
You see,